Fam, what's good? It's your boy Thou, FamOverTV. I appreciate everybody tapping into the channel, showing love, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. You feel me? These videos are for entertainment purposes only, sometimes educational. So viewer discretion is advised. Watch it with your own discretion. You feel me, y'all? Got another good one today. We're gonna be talking about the immigrants and if it's a problem, and then we definitely gonna talk about the big day tomorrow. What's going on? Salute to everybody. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Appreciate everybody. It's my second day on my journey of not smoking, and I'm already feeling good. I ain't even go front already. You know what I'm saying? So, gonna make it happen. What's up to everybody? What's up, Buddha? Get it started in a second, y'all. Let's go ahead and get it popping.
Fam over.
What do you think about the immigration situation? A lot of conservatives are using that sort of the theory is that the reason it's happening is because they would be able to illegally vote.
That's insane.
For Biden.
Yeah, you can't be an illegal immigrant and vote. And now in a lot of states, because of the conservatives, they've passed laws saying you have to show identification. When I voted in Texas, you had to show, state identification. They can't vote. You can't register as an illegal alien that I'm aware of to vote.
Yeah, but of course that story that really worries me enables or serves as a catalyst for questioning the legitimacy of an election.
Biden trying to change.
I remember going to the debate with Trump in 2016, and he was debating Clinton. And one of the things he said was, we don't even know if this election will be legitimate if I lose. This was in 2016 before he was even elected, and that was where he was going. That's just what he does. He's never admitted a mistake. The guy's failed a zillion times. Most people say, okay, I learned from him. I read a book about Roy Cohn, and, Roy Cohn was the ultimate deny, and that was one of Trump's mentors. And you can see almost everything that Roy Cohn ever did in the same way that Donald Trump approaches things.
But given how drastic the immigration situation is, that story becomes more believable.
Yeah, of course it does, right? But the facts are still the facts, right? And in red states, they're going to be checking every ID. They're going to be making sure that's not the case. And,
Blue
you
state.
can also make the argument, well, in the blue state, it doesn't matter. In the swing states, they're still going to be checking because they know Trump is going to sue the shit out of him when he loses.
Right. Listen, y'all, they trying to let the immigrants vote. You know what I'm saying? They trying to let the immigrants vote this election, 2024. And it's really Joe Biden, them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna sit here and act like I don't know. It's the Democrat Party. It's Joe Biden and all of them. They bringing in illegal immigrants in, and they go figure something out to somehow, some way, try to legally let them vote. You know what I'm saying? They trying to swing the election. But y'all know my dog Trump ain't going for that shit. I mean, going for that. My bad.
And so, again, that's where people will take those self-preservation steps to keep their job and do the right thing. There's still enough people who believe in this country and how amazing it is to do the right thing. And a lot of the premise of what some conservatives are saying and doing, the underpinning of it is that their fellow citizens will not do anything.
Listen, and it don't matter. Like Boss Lady Allie said, y'all. It don't matter if you vote or not. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is already planned. They already know what's up. They already know how they go swing it. They already know what they go do, y'all. So I definitely don't, believe like we really determine who the real president is and everything. Definitely ain't going like that. That's just my opinion, though. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Salute to everybody in the building.
Some things, anything that serves the best interest of this country. And to me, that's just wrong. That is just misleading and wrong.
I just worry about, I don't care about Trump or Biden. I care about democracy. Mm-hmm. I just worry. I worry about the viral nature of the idea of this illegal immigrants.
But it's right. Very functional, right? Either they get across there's 1,000 different ways an unlimited number of ways to enter the United States of America undetected, right? And the south border where it's the easiest and the worst. And Biden needs to take steps to reduce that. Remember, when Biden was vice president and Obama was president, they called Obama the deporter in chief. He had no problem deporting people. And I think, if I had to guess, and this is just a guess, that when they looked at the initial statistics for immigration when Biden took over, they thought there was room for more immigrants, not because they would vote, but you can make a fiscal argument that in a world where the birth rate is flat to declining, we need immigrants, right?
They trying to get rid of us because we waking up. We over here waking up. So they like, yeah, we tired of these motherfuckers. They waking up. There I go cussing again. But look, they waking up. We gonna let the immigrants come in, the illegal immigrants, and we gonna trick them. We gonna lie to them like we've been lying to our people this whole time. So we gonna let the immigrants come in. We gonna trick them, tell them a whole bunch of stories, promise them a whole bunch of shit, and act like we really for them, but it's all a play. They just using it. They go end up using them too. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be something.
And immigrants typically don't have a higher crime rate or anything than indigenous American citizens. Indigenous isn't the right word, but American citizens. And so they made a calculated mistake. They made a decision that was wrong, and now they have to fix it, or it's going to hurt them severely. But I don't buy, like what Elon's pushing, that the whole reason is they are voters and will become voters.
And we should say the obvious. You're a descendant of immigrants.
Yeah, for sure.
And the immigrants is what makes this country great in many parts, the diversity of this nation. And we should probably keep the people that are like already been in this country for a while and are killing it, like PhD students and all this. It's like
that's not what Donald Trump wants, though. He wants to ship them all out, right? There's just a whole lot of hyperbole when it comes to talking about all of these things we're talking about. When it's right versus left, my team versus your team, my tribe versus your tribe. Yeah. The only way to stand out is hyperbole. The hard part, and why I like this conversation, is how do you distinguish hyperbole versus reality? And I get where you're going, Lex, where it's like what the smallest spark sometimes can cause people to change, and then that spark becomes bigger, and then it becomes more widespread, and then all of a sudden your country has changed. It's not what you thought it was. Right. I get that completely, right? And yes, you always have to be on top of that to make sure. But a lot of that comes from lack of leadership, right? And lack of trust, because there's nobody who's saying
leadership horrible. We don't trust the government. We don't trust nothing because y'all been lying for so much. You know what I'm saying? So long. What can they expect?
All right. The Republicans, that's all hyperbole, and you're wrong for that. Democrats, you fucked up on immigration, right? You fucked up in Afghanistan, right? Here's where you made these mistakes. Own it. There's nobody who says, right, we're not going to just bring in Republicans if the Republicans win. And then, and there's nobody who says we're not going to just bring in Democrats. We're going to bring in a mix, right? We're going to try to get balance on the Supreme Court. There's no leadership that's doing it. That's the fundamental problem. It's not about the ideology of woke. It's no leadership.
Yeah, leadership. And yeah, it's whatever systems we've created. It's really frustrating that, if you don't like Trump, it really is Trump derangement syndrome. Like he's definitely Hitler. And if you don't like Biden, he's senile lizard person.
Right.
Right.
Everybody gets labeled, right? And because that works on social media. Look, if Elon changed the algorithm just by taking himself out of it, seriously, I'm not saying don't post, right? Post all you want. But he, if you look at his followers, they're almost all right-leaning. If you look at the people he engages with positively, they're almost all right-leaning. And if you look at the people he engages with negatively, like me, right, I consider myself an independent, but I lean left on the DEI topic, right? Mm-hmm. That influences the algorithm. And so you see what you see because of what he says.
Yeah, well, I mean, for sure, but there could be a lot of influential people on Twitter that influence the algorithm and all that kind of stuff. I do feel it's not even about ideology where you lean. It's about like the algorithm not prioritizing drama, like the attention grabbing thing, or the lower lizard version of that, where like people just want the drama. They want to tear it out.
When I last read through all this,
Our whole country, that's our country built off drama. Shit, that's what they want. Reality shows, drama. Music, rap music, drama. Movies, like it's beef with everything. Podcasters, drama. Like that's all they spread around this motherfucker in the US.
stuff on their algorithm, right? Maybe it's changed. Whoever has the biggest account and gets engagement on that account influences what people see the most.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting. I don't know if that's to the degree that's true. They've
Pretty sure it's still the case.
Pretty rigorous description of what's of the way the algorithm works. It's actually kind of fascinating. There's a clustering of people based on interest.
Right, but I think they call it the nearest neighbor, right, approach, and I think that's what they do. And so whoever has the biggest account has the most neighbors, who in turn have their neighbors, who in turn have their neighbors, and that's how they discern what comes next.
But there's a clustering still. So like if you don't give a shit about Elon,
you're not following him. Yeah, you're not
going to have an influence. He's not going to have an influence.
When you get a break, just create a burner account on Twitter and see who they recommend to you.
Elon.
And not just Elon. I mean, the people that Elon likes. And I'm saying that's not Elon saying, add this person, and suggest this person, and this person. I'm saying that's what the algorithm
is. There should be transparency around that for sure.
There is. There is. And that's the whole point, right? He knows there's transparency and he knows the impact. That's why when I say take yourself out of the algorithm, right? Don't include his account. That changes, I think, the output of the algorithm.
Well, when he wasn't owning Twitter, he was one of the biggest accounts, if not the biggest account already.
He wasn't, but still, like even like the Kim Kardashian accounts, whatever, right? It wasn't open source to Elon's credit. It is now, so I couldn't see it to know, right? So I didn't get the sense one way or the other of one element being dominant over the other. But obviously, conservatives felt that left leaning was more dominant back then.
Yeah, I would love to see numbers on all of this.
Yeah, you and me both.
Right.
DEI, everything like this. Sometimes anecdotal data really frustrates me. It frustrates me primarily because of how sexy it is. Like people just love.
It's a great way to describe it.
Love a story, and I'm like, God damn it! This is not science. This.
It's not even common sense.
You know? Well, no, I think anecdotal stories often have a wisdom.
Stories. That's what we built off of. Fucking stories and drama. Made a whole bunch of made up stuff. They be telling us and everything that ain't true. And everything, man. It's crazy.
Them. Like,
no doubt, right? Like there's something to be gained from seeing them.
There's a signal there, but like, how representative is that signal of the broader thing?
There's a whole lot more noise than signal, more often than not.
All right, meat giant Tyson laying off 1,200 workers after closing its pork factory in Perry, Iowa, only later to announce 52,000 jobs for migrants.
The company's excuse: migrants are getting the jobs that Americans don't.
So they firing us. They're getting rid of the Americans and letting the immigrants come in, take over all the jobs. Look at this.
A human resources executive for the company telling Bloomberg the migrants have been, quote, very loyal. They've been uprooted.
Well, we got
stability. What they want is a sense of belonging.
Let's bring in Fox and Friends Weekend co-host Pete Hegseth. Pete, good to see you. Yes. But again, lower wages, taking American jobs. This was the reason why Democrats were opposed to illegal immigration 10, 15, 25 years ago. But here it plays out. This costs Americans a livelihood.
That's true.
They said the migrants, well, I don't know why they call them migrants. They're immigrants. They're over here illegally. But anyway, they said that the migrants was loyal to the country. What about us? We've been here the whole time. Y'all had us in slavery. Y'all don't remember that shit? Hey, y'all want to let them come over here and get free room and board, take care of them, grease their palms, and we over here struggling? And you talking about they been loyal? We ain't loyal. We ain't loyal. We still got it. We still standing up for the national anthem and representing this country with all this bullshit. We ain't loyal. Man, it's crazy. Let me keep going.
Quite some time. But those who know what I'm talking about, and I guarantee it's only going to be about 1 to 2% of the people, which is fine because this message isn't for everybody. If this is not your kind of content, I need you to keep scrolling. So the first activation of the awakening was waking everyone up to their generational traumas and curses by showing them that sociopathy and narcissism was not the 1% of mental health, that it was very common among the people. Now, the second activation was to wake you all up to the government using sociopathy and narcissism and different psychological tactics in order to get the sheep following them, addicted to them, and hooked on them. By lying, gaslighting, manipulating, breadcrumbing, all the things. Third activation was waking you up to the fact that there were hundreds of thousands, to the point of I'm questioning if it's even the millions of children missing. I know that it's 8 million a year in the world that go missing. 460,000 go missing each year in the US, but
460,000 kids going missing every year in the US. I ain't know that number was like that. That's ridiculous. Oh my God.
But we've woken you up to all that. There's so many people talking about it now. I posted some media clips and put them all together, and it was about CPS losing 950 kids in Missouri. There were also more lost in California, Arizona, and Texas. The fourth activation is where we are now. And this is the point where we tell you that Jesus has risen, or Yeshua is his proper name. The Christ Spirit has risen. Now, if you've been following the Schumann Resonance, I made a video about this about, I don't know, I think 6 or 7 months ago. But when you saw the Schumann Resonance, I showed you a symbol that I had recognized from my occult studies that was the symbol of like love, peace. I'll clip it here, hold on. This one. Unicursal hexagram. It's the union of two opposites. It's literally the love symbol. But if the Earth's frequency is changing, that would mean all the theorists on us ascending from 3D to 5D, where some of us have seen into the 5D already, or 4D, and we're ascending up to the 5D. This would make... So with that video, I've been paying attention to the Schumann Resonance lately and just making sure with this eclipse coming up that everything is good. But then I got my confirmation. I've already felt it. Everyone's feeling it. That is to the point of the fourth activation. We know his spirit is here, but we also know that you guys were indoctrinated to believe things that were not true about him.
That's all we keep hearing.
If you were born into a religion,
we believe a lot of things that ain't true. You know what I'm saying? They tricked us. They try to make us believe.
And you follow religion, most of the religions do not have it correct. They're all based off pretty much the same story, just put in their own way that their rulers use to make their ruling better. They manipulated the situation. Don't get me started on King James and his family's roots and demonology and a whole bunch of other things. The Christ Spirit has risen. And the frequencies and the humans of the awakened and the chosen ones or the light bringers, their frequencies are rising, which is why the earth is rising. If you don't know what the Schumann resonance is, it's a frequency that the earth gives off. It's basically the earth's heartbeat. Now, with the Christ activation, you're going to start seeing a lot more supernatural things going on around you. Now, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I find it funny that all of a sudden, if you don't know this, you need to go Google it. The demon face syndrome is now becoming a thing. They're saying, oh, people have this mental illness.
I got in trouble for that, baby girl. I don't know why you, hey, it's all good.
Where they start to see faces differently, and it's starting to happen more often. There are being more and more cases coming up about it. These people they're not sick, they're not mentally ill. You do the same thing with schizophrenics, but shamans take them into the woods and help them heal and get their mind right, because it's not voices that they're hearing. It's we're not gonna go. I have to be careful how much I say. My thing is a lot of mental illnesses aren't what you think, and they medicate us and drug us in order to keep us at our lower frequency. And when you get into frequency, you're getting into Nikola Tesla and Einstein, and I could go on about them for hours and how much they were 100% correct in everything they were saying. And there's a reason why they're no longer, there's not a whole, like, their lives got cut short. Nothing of what you thought this world was is what it is. Like, this American dream we had and all these things, like, I could go on about this, and that's what my new series and my new path is. It's to wake you guys up to everything going on and the spiritual warfare that's happening. Nothing bad is going to happen on this eclipse. This eclipse is going to be what activates a lot more people. And the problem is that the more that CERN turns on and they start playing with dark matter, the antimatter, is the more that you're going to start seeing people start seeing these demon faces, etc. By the way, if you are one of these people who come out and start seeing demon faces, no the fuck you didn't. And if you were on Spiritual Talk and you hear about everything they're talking about, we're all agreeing, we all have the same discernment. No the fuck you didn't. This world is going to drastically change. The earth is changing. The signs are there. Everything is going into the correct alignment it needs to. So don't fear. Phone call. Don't fear. Because if you fear, that's what they feed off of. That is what the dark and negative energies of this world feed off of. They feed off of fear. That's the lower your vibration and frequency is, if you're indulged in all of sex, drugs, money, all that, your frequency is lower, you're more easy or susceptible to, which we'll get into all that later. This is just an opening. But from here on out, if you have no idea what I'm talking about and all you want to do is come at me and tell me that I'm wrong and I'm blasphemy and all these things, this is not your content. Continue to scroll. Leave me alone. For those of you who understand exactly what I'm saying, you need to stick around. Hang out, because we're going to get into it. I gotta have faith that even if everyone, majority think I'm crazy, that the ones who need to hear this and need to understand it will hear me. And that is all that matters.
Hey, she was talking some good shit. She was talking some good stuff. Hey, I definitely feel like my frequency been rising to something. I've been feeling something, like, especially getting closer to tomorrow and everything. Like, I definitely feel like I'm shifting over into like a different space in my life. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good, quit smoking and everything. We just gotta stay in a positive state, y'all. And our mind frame and everything with this eclipse and everything that's going on. Like she said, I don't feel like nothing's gonna happen tomorrow, but I definitely feel like it might be an after effect, like maybe a week or two later after the eclipse or something. Some stuff might happen or something. So I don't know, y'all, but regardless, stay on wave, stay positive, meditate, let go of all that BS. Let's keep it going, though. Appreciate everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Here we have military helping migrants cross into the U.S. illegally. Chris, Kip. This is a public area. We're supposed to be here.
I didn't say you had to leave.
This is how immigrants who are undocumented are coming in our country, guys. Just so you know, we are at the Texas border, Eagle Pass, as we're filming right now. There are a bunch of immigrants just crossing the borders, and our military is more than happy to help. This is unacceptable. And a great example of what a yes man and following the orders can get our country. Exactly.
Hey, I know the military, like, man, I know they so confused. Because first of all, when Trump had them down there, they was keeping people from coming over. You know what I'm saying? Now they down there, Biden like, hey, let them through. Help them through. Let them all through. So I know they like the military, like, man, what's going on? Like, and we gotta let them through. You know what I'm saying? This is our job. This is our job description and everything. So we gotta do what the higher ups say. So it's just a crazy situation what's going on over here, man. Definitely.
And I bet that these three men don't even like this, but
women and children as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Chris, let's talk to, let's ask them where they come from. Hey guys.
And listen, I ain't got nothing against no immigrants and nothing, no migrants, whatever. I ain't got nothing against y'all, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Like, and really, it's not y'all fault. And I don't blame y'all being an immigrant over there and trying to get to America. You think this the land of the free? This the land of opportunity. You come over here and get you some money, get rich, huh? If I was over there in Mexico or wherever at, I'll be trying to sneak over to this motherfucker too. But I just think it's bad that basically they treating these immigrants better than the citizens that been here repping for a long time. You feel me? But let's keep it going, y'all.
Spanish? Can you ask them where they came from? Ecuador.
22-year-old nursing student in Georgia who was barbarically murdered by an illegal alien animal. The Democrats say, please don't call them animals. They're humans. I said, no, they're not humans. They're not humans. They're animals. Nancy Pelosi told me that. She said, please don't use the word animal, sir, when you're talking about these people. I said, I'll use the word animal because that's what they are. Ours is only going in one direction, and it's going to be very bad now because we have a new form of crime. It's called migrant crime. They're having fistfights with our police officers right in the middle of streets. They're sending prisoners, murderers, drug dealers, mental patients, and terrorists, the worst they have in every country, all over the world. This isn't just in South America. They're coming from the Congo, from Yemen, from Somalia, from Syria. They come from all over the world, China.
We're planning for a mass casualty event that day.
I'm sorry, what?
But that's not really our worry. Our worry is...
Hold on. My boy Trump, man. So funny. Trump be talking shit, y'all. It's something about, I just like Trump because Trump blunt, man. But Trump goes, he's just, Trump a real one, man. I don't care what nobody say, man. I like Trump. Let's keep this going, though. Like, they finna start talking about these eclipses, and this is a news conference right here in Ohio. Let's hear what this lady got to say.
From all over the world, China.
We're planning for a mass casualty event that day.
I'm sorry, what?
But that's not really our worry. Our worry is how do we get our heart attacks and our stroke patients?
Why would there be a mass casualty event the day of the eclipse?
At a gridlock, and we can't get EMS either to
She said they're planning for 2 years. They've been planning for 2 years.
This is our command center here at COTS.
Here in the COTS Command Center, available hospital beds across the state are tracked every day.
They report every day their available med-surg beds, ICU beds, how many patients are boarding the emergency department. Every morning, all the hospitals update that information.
And is that over here?
So yeah, this is what it looks like for our region today.
This is probably one of the largest planned events the state of Ohio has ever seen.
Matthew Akers is the Director of Safety and Emergency Management for Ohio Health.
We're looking at the population heading in the north central region, and we're planning for traffic delays. It's probably the biggest threat we're looking at right now is, what's that gridlock? If there's an accident on 71 or 23, how does that impact the region?
He says hospital staff is being asked to work late or come in early.
We've altered some of our practices, whether it's with appointments or elective surgeries, to make sure we're not discharging patients right at the end of the eclipse when traffic gridlock could happen. Somebody had a procedure, then they're stuck in traffic for hours.
Keller says critical hospital supplies have been beefed up, and extra blood units have already been moved to area hospitals, so it's there if somebody needs it.
We wanted everyone to be prepared. We're not only worried about our hospitals, but we are worried about all of our healthcare agencies in the region.
She says the team is ready, but hopefully all that help won't be needed. In Columbus, I'm Terry Sullivan.
Y'all, I'm confused. And that was in Ohio, so is it about to be an eclipse or an apocalypse? Like, what's going on? Like, what they mean? They've been preparing for this for years and preparing for casualties and all this stuff and getting the hospital. Like, what they think's gonna happen? What's gonna happen tomorrow, man? Like, that's crazy to me. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Let's keep it going. Appreciate everybody in the building too, man. Much love to all y'all. This shit right here crazy, man. I can't wait. I'm ready for it to just be over with. What's up? Let us see what the outcome gonna be.
Solar eclipse press conference.
Resources when and as needed. You may ask yourself why all of the preparedness, right? The simple answer is we prepare all year long. So preparedness is kind of the same platform. You just adjust it to whatever that event or hazard or risk is. Planned or unplanned. Taking precautions before a big travel day is smart. If you'll be traveling around Ohio, as motorists should be sure to frequently top off their gas tanks, and to fully charge their electric vehicles. Have a preparedness kit in your car and items like paper maps, snacks, drinks, cash, and a cell phone charger.
Paper maps? Man, what is going on, man? Like,
it's a good idea also to have a communications plan if you're traveling with your family or friends in case you're separated.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me ask the chat. Let me ask y'all this. How long is eclipse supposed to last, y'all? I mean, I know I've been seeing stuff like, yeah, it's going to be dark for a few days, and people have been making up little stuff and everything, but they said the eclipse only supposed to last a few minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes type thing, right? What they doing all this preparation for? Like, yeah, top up your gas, make sure you got a map and everything. This shit about to be 4 minutes. 4 minutes, Miss Lily. I'm lost. Let's keep it going, y'all.
Nowhere to meet up. Have a place to meet up. Nowhere to take shelter if there's an event. Having those discussions ahead of time are critically important to help thwart any type of confusion that may happen in large crowds. And while traveling, if you're taking your pets, please take stuff for them as well, right? A bowl for water, those kinds of things. And finally, nowhere to receive weather information. Make sure that you have your notifications turned on. Being aware and being prepared will help you enjoy this event safely. And as we always say, pack your patience and fill your tanks. Next, I'll be asking Colonel Chuck Jones to join me.
Man, they acting like this about to be an apocalypse or something. Like, I ain't never seen no press conferences for an eclipse like this. Never in my life. Or maybe I never paid attention to it, but I ain't never seen nothing like this.
NASA clearly said there were going to be an ellipse during the eclipse. Do you know what an ellipse is? If you don't, listen. This should be the most shared video I ever put out. I am going to show you why you do not want to be in the path of totality during this eclipse. And it is because of an ellipse. I can't believe they're getting ready to do this to us. If you ever had a kidney stone too large to be passed, they use a lithotripter, which is focused energy of an ellipse. Same concept. And this breaks down stones. So what do you think is going to happen when they fire up something as powerful as CERN from one side of the world to the other, focusing on the path of totality?
Break some shit down.
This next video should give you a clue of what's going on.
Isn't this shape interesting? Each of these two special points of the ellipse is referred to as focus. And together, they're called the foci of the ellipse. Wait, there's more. Elliptical shapes even play a role in a medical device called the lithotripter.
Pay attention to the lithotripter.
Due to its reflective property, it's used to break the kidney stones. High-frequency shock waves are generated at one focus of the elliptical-shaped reflector, which gets concentrated at another focus point where the kidney stones are positioned. And this helps in breaking the kidney stones.
Come back and please check this video out. I just shortened it for sakes of my video. NASA did a press conference. There will be an ellipse with the eclipse, and they are firing up CERN. And we also know that this goes hand in hand with HARP. So you have a focal point here, a focal point there, and this only works if there is a domed roof. Let that sink.
And this only work if it's a domed roof. So basically, we are in a firmament, is what he's saying. Like this only gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So if it worked, we know we in a firmament, but so basically this eclipse is just an event, experiment, a CERN experiment. They firing up CERN. We about to see, y'all. We about to see. You know what I'm saying? We less than 24 hours away, so we about to see.
Again, people. Now, back to business. Now, I've had kidney stones, and I've also had one of my kidney stones broken down with lithotripsy, which means that they can focus frequency to a specific spot to break things up. I showed you all the path of totality, and I showed you that there would be a new river carved from Louisiana all the way up through New York along the path of totality. And they are going to use an ellipse to accomplish this. Please do not, I repeat, do not be in the total path of totality. Do not. I don't care. Call it fear-mongering. Get the fuck away. You are about to die.
Damn. Man, he just came out like that. Like, come on, man. Don't be doing that. What's gonna happen, y'all? I'm asking y'all, what's gonna happen tomorrow? Cause he acting like if you is in the path line, the totality, whatever the path line, then it's bad for you or something. So what they go send like an earthquake through that path line that we saw? That's showing the angle of the eclipse or the states that it's gonna go through and everything. It's gonna mess up all that. I don't know, but I know they firing up CERN, so I don't know. We go see tomorrow. We go see. We less than 24 hours away. We definitely go see. I definitely hope it ain't no earthquakes or nothing like that. I don't want to feel none of that, and I don't want nobody to go through none of that, but we go see tomorrow. We less than 24 away. Appreciate everybody who tapped in today. I'll see y'all in a minute with another stream. Too many good videos out here. Too much to learn. Too much to stay at it, y'all. Stay positive. Stay on wave, y'all. Don't be scared tomorrow. Or none of that. So we gonna be all right. You feel me? But peace and love to all the kings and queens out there. Salute to everybody in the chat. Appreciate all y'all. Appreciate all my moderators. And I'll see y'all in a few. I'll be back live in a minute, y'all. So make sure y'all tap in, man. It's your boy Thigh, FamOverTV. Peace.
Fam over.